Hi, this is Z here. I recently just got my Model X 2022, the refreshed version, and there are several quality issues that was not very apparent when I first picked up the car. But just for anyone who's planning on getting a refreshed Model X, I want to go over some of the quality issues that you should be expecting. I'm gonna start with the most obvious one. So just going around the car to the back. Okay, so over here there is a paint chip, and this was on the car when I went to pick it up. In addition to the paint chip, there's this piece of plastic molding trim that's sticking out, and these two are issues that I mentioned to the sales associate, and they noted down and scheduled a service center appointment for me to fix. So I don't know if they'll be able to fix this without replacing the whole panel. They'll probably send it down and repaint it. For this, they probably just have to replace this trim. But yeah, definitely look out for paint chips when you're buying or picking up the Tesla. Let me give you a look of what it looks like on the other side. So, yep, on the other side. Other side, the molding's fine, the paint is fine. But now we have this issue here. So, I'm not sure you can see it if I adjust the angle a little bit. So, there's this huge gap over here between the black trim and the rubber molding. You see, there's this gap. What it should look like is that the black trim should sit perfectly on top of the rubber molding, the rubber seal. For comparison, this is the passenger side, so it should look like this. You have the rubber seal here and then the black trim, and it's perfectly flush. And the third issue is here. This clip, this door clip, this black molding or trim, this should be underneath and inside and clipped onto this edge right here. For comparison, so this is on the driver's side, and you can see on the driver's side here it fits in perfectly, so it slots in and then the seal goes on top of it. But that's not the case. Yep, so over here you see, that's the issue. There's a couple of other issues that I need to mention. So if you notice here, over here, there's some white, the white frame, the door frame, the white of the door frame is showing behind the rubber seals, and I believe that shouldn't be happening. On the other side, on the passenger door, you don't see that. On the passenger door, they are overlapped perfectly. So let me give you a look. So this is what it looks on the passenger door. You can see that the rubber trim, the plastic trim, they align perfectly with each other, and there's nothing showing. That's not the case on the driver's side. Panel gaps, huge panel gaps here. The hood alignment. So the hood alignment, if you can see, this one, there's like it's raised quite a bit above this fender panel. On the other side, it's actually aligned pretty well. So it's aligned really well on this side. It's completely even, but on the passenger side, it's not. And there are just minor issues that you can probably live with, where this is fitted pretty tight and then it's somewhat raised, so there's a bump when you go from here to here. But on the other side, it's actually pretty even. So if I take a Tesla, they'll probably say it's within spec and not going to do anything about it. And I'm not too concerned about those. Aside from that, not too many other issues. There's one final issue that I found. So the car is a little bit dirty right now, but over here, I'm not sure you can see it. So this area here, these black specks, they're actually within the clear coat itself. So it's not on top of it. So even if I try to rub it, they're inside the paint itself. So when you're picking up the car, make sure you are in a well lit area. I picked up my car in a garage, so it was not super well lit. Even though I had a flashlight, I wasn't able to see the specs in here. It was only when I took my car to get wrapped, they cleaned it, then they noticed that there are all these specs within the clear coat itself. So I'll have Tesla take care of this. Hopefully they'll be able to do something about it. For the Falcon Wind door, so here the trim is fine from here, and then there's a gap that starts widening over here. On the other side, there's no gap. I think I might be able to push it in. Right. But maybe it's probably, if I talk to Tesla, they're gonna say it's probably within spec. So those are the major external issues with the car. Let me actually open the car. So inside there's actually not really any issues. Some people, they have their screen, they have a pan and tilt motor behind the car. Mine doesn't. I'm hoping that Tesla will retrofit the car. And then going back here, when I first got the car, so I'm not sure if you can see it clearly, but there's some kind of tape residue on the seat. I've tried to remove it with other tape. It's worked out a little bit okay, but there's still like some residue. I'm not sure how to remove the rest of it. I'm gonna try some adhesive remover later on. I'm dropping my car off at the service center tomorrow. I'll mention this to them and see if there's anything they can do, and hopefully they don't mess up my car.